Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Olivia and I are back with the Blazing Sword Let's Play. There's no map thing here because we go straight into the subchapter. So, last time we discovered something fascinating. Ella was a perv, and Hex is a paedophile.
Yes.
Poor Nils.
We are uncovering the Fire Emblem secret.
I feel sorry for the twins. One of them is being hit on by a big burly dude, the other one is being forced to lap dance.
It's all coming together. Ooh. We're uncovering the secrets like CSI.
Yeah, we're
CSI
detectives.
crime scene.
Alright, dear Watson, let's investigate.
Let's investigate.
Alright, Sherlock. Alright, which Sherlock are you? Robert Downey Jr. or Benedict Cumberbatch? Are you Iron Man or Doctor Strange?
I'm gonna go with Basil from the...
Great Master Detective.
Yeah, I'm Basil from Great Master Detective. That's the one I'll go for.
Very well. Does that mean I can be Vincent Price's Ratigan? Ratigan. Yes. Yes. Love that film. Probably second most underrated Disney film. We all know what the most is. Hunchback.
The Hunchback.
Oh, you never know what I figured out recently when someone was doing a video about anime becoming mainstream. You know Your Name, I think, is the 6th highest traditionally animated film of all time. It beat out Hunchback and Pocahontas, and I was like, fuck! Yeah, but I don't think it beat out like Lion King or Spirited or Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast.
Highest grossing 2D animated film ever.
No, when it says 6th highest grossing animated film, what? Of all times, like, no, 2D. It's like, okay, because all the CG films make way more than the 2D ones. No. I think Lion King's the only one to break over a billion.
Yes.
Is the only one. But that's because of the re-release.
Yeah.
I didn't see the re-release.
No. I like The Lion King, but when you rewatch it, it's like the first half is good, but the second half isn't anything special.
True, but the first half is done so fucking well.
Yeah.
Literally, the moment Mufasa dies, spoilers, the film falls to shit.
Everyone knows by now.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that by now. It's kind of like if someone said, by the way, did you know Darth Vader was Luke's dad?
No, I guess I didn't know.
Yeah. So we've fallen down into like this ancient ruin type place, and the fog that or like the weird aura that surrounded us in chapter 18X is back. Yeah, that one dude that prevents people from using magic is back. So we have to get through this chapter and snuff him out. Then we can move on with the journey. I mean, in terms of the chapter itself, it's more like, if you just look at it, it's more maze-like. It's like you're playing Bomberman. Look. Yeah, it's more maze-like, and there's a lot of promoted units. Now, don't worry about the pre-promotes. They're not suddenly we got blocked off by a wall. They're not too difficult. They're fine at me. What you've got to be careful is managing keys and like which doors to open and which doors to break. Because while the enemies do drop keys and stuff, I don't know if you can, like, if you use them responsibly, you can lock yourself out if you don't bring some with you. So I suggest bringing unlocked stars, chest keys, and thieves so that you have a way around it. So yeah, anyone in that red area can't use magic, you or the enemy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyone in the red area.
Quite cool.
That is quite cool. I think Hawkeye's mandatory for this map, so, you know.
Is it because he does so much to the walls?
No, it's just because he's part of the story. He's like, you know how certain events, you know, you're just forced to use them? Yeah, so until I get out of Thingamajig, I can't use Lucius or Sarah in that area. You know what's you saw how I just used the goddess icon?
Yeah.
Thing is, because in Binding Blade you couldn't use things in base camp, I think. Whereas here, I forgot that, and then only later in the Let's Play was like, wait, I can just upgrade myself in the base camp.
Oh.
Yeah, so, you know, as you can see, Raph is back. The good old Raph Stallion.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't use him in the last map because, you know, horses and desert don't go well together.
Heath. This is why. Because he looks like Jareth, I think it's Jareth from Labyrinth.
Oh, what, David Bowie?
Have a look. And
no, I said he was, Sephiroth cut his hair and dyed it green.
No, but it's like poofy, like...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Does that mean he's going to do the dance? Dance, magic dance.
And he looks like him, like the outfit he's I think it is.
Kind of, but he doesn't have the giant ball sack.
No one can beat those balls.
David Bowie's ball sack. Oh, why is this Fire Emblem Let's Play getting so much more perverted? We're not even at Awakening of Fates yet.
You can't even marry people yet.
Well, technically you can at the end of the game. Fire Emblem has had marriage before, but there's never a waifu thing.
Yeah, no waifu balls. Yeah.
Not yet, at least. Which is basically what Fire Emblem, like, devoids into at the end of the day, these days. It's just a case of who is the best girl. In Olivia's case, it's Cordelia.
Yeah.
In my case, it's Sumia. Fight, bitch, I'll fight you.
Which I will.
Well, in terms of stats, you probably will. Unless I use Gale Force. No, but that's only worse if I kill someone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or I could just use Kellum.
Fuck off.
And together. Do you see, look? Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. He does look kind of... He does have this weird mystical vibe to him. It's because of the hair,
it's the hair.
and yeah, it's the shape of the hair.
The hairstyle's like the exact same.
So does that mean he's from the 80s?
God, the 80s.
Not when hair back there was fucking awful. Seriously, I look back at the 80s films and just 80s stuff. It's like, why was everyone's hair so fucking bushy and weird?
Fashion.
Yeah, well, to be fair, back in the 90s, we were all about being radical and dude.
Extreme.
Yeah, someone who grew up in the 90s, it was sunglasses, weird cyberpunk outfits, and being extreme. Yeah. Also, 90s anime, everyone had a spiked chins. It's true. You know, like Trigon, Bebop, they all have really spiky chins.
No, now that I reflect.
Yeah, now everything looks really round, and everyone looks the fucking same. It's one thing I've noticed about anime. It's got nicer, but God, so many characters look the same.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That reminds me.
You're watching Panty and Stocking now?
Yeah, I was watching Panty and Stocking, right?
How far into it are you?
Like episode 6, I think. And I was laughing my ass off. Garterbelt is one of my
He's
favorites.
Armstrong.
He is one of my favorites. I'm sorry.
I don't know how he got hit by this 20, but...
It's his... You know, like the black pastor's like, may the Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Get your stanky ass out of here.
Yeah, like, he calls them like, you fat ass hoes. And I'm like, they are fat assholes. She's the fat ass. She's the hoe.
May's the fat ass, even though technically she's not fat. Wait, have you seen the episode where she...
Yeah, she literally gets fat.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Gets fat. That one was funny. And well, my favourite
and Panty is literally the biggest whore.
She is.
But it's hilarious.
But I love the way she doesn't even care. She's just like, yeah, I know I am. But one of my favourite things at the end of every episode, the villain, the way they explode.
And it's live action, yeah.
I love it. I'm like, oh.
It's because it's Gynax. Gynax are fucking crazy.
And but no, I was watching it. And
so you've seen Briefs, who's voiced by... I can't remember who's voiced by.
Yeah, I've seen Briefs, like the nerdy kid.
Yeah.
But it was... I was watching it, and then like one thing I noticed, their dog. If anyone's seen Invader Zim,
basically the same thing.
Exactly the same. I was just like, wow.
Well, remember that it's based on like the Cartoon Network Powerpuff Girls. Like the art style is so Powerpuff Girls.
Like obviously it's inspired, but that's what kind of it didn't put me off. But that's what I kind of was like. That's a bit too much. Like,
well, you mean it looked too much like Invader Zim?
The dog look because it's the green color. It's got like zips. Like
yeah.
The zip thing, and
I think Patty and Stocking's art style is one of the best things about the show. It helps with the comedy.
But it's just the way the dog looked. I was like, you know when two characters look too similar that you're kind of like.
It's like that time I watched the irregular Magical High School, and there was literally someone who looks. I will show you a picture later. Looks the exact same as Suzaku from Code Geass. It's not even funny. Me and Tenny, when we were watching, it's like that's just copyright.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? So it's just like that's
just blatant copyright.
And then the thing is that I was like, oh, after Panty and Stocking, what do I watch next?
Outlaw Star.
And then I was thinking that, but then I was like, I saw like I was on, I can't remember what website I was on, but I saw like an image of Kill la Kill, and I was just like,
you want to watch that again? I don't blame you. I could do it for another episode of Kill la Kill.
And then I was like,
if I could, if they were cheaper, I'd get the DVDs, but they charge like 20 quid per volume, and there's 3 volumes, like 60 quid. Fuck off.
And then I'm like, then I also want to watch Alchemist again.
I think it's been too long since you watched Alchemist. I mean, you've watched it more, but you watched Kill la Kill not that long ago. It's been ages since you've seen Alchemist.
And I watched Bebop again and Trigun again, and then
watch new stuff. Did you finish Toradora?
No, I didn't. But I got close to the end. I'm close. I'm gonna pick up.
Yeah, again. To be fair, I've been so back on this anime this season. I'm only watching the gambling anime at school, which is actually really cool, and Princess Principal, which is fucking awesome. No, it's like they're young girls, but they work in a Victoria era London. They're spies, and it's got this kind of steampunk vibe, and it's awesome. It's really damn cool.
I did see one anime, and it looked so weird. It's like about a centaur girl.
Oh yeah, the new one. That's the Monster Girl craze that's going around.
Yeah, and then I was like, weird.
No, you know what the weirdest part is? The mer people, they have like the thingies only come up to there, and they have a split where the pants go, and I'm like, why would you even do that? Why don't you make them mer people?
What? But that's not the way. Like, there's a dating sim going around with like a horse boy, but it's literally like imagine a complete horse, but take off the horse's head and put a human's face on it.
That's creepy.
Yeah, and that's what it was, and I was just like, what?
No, the thing is, that's the current craze. I'd say the anime craze going around, because the two biggest, I can't remember the name of it, but the two biggest types of crazes is one is the trapped inside of like either a fantasy world or a video game craze.
Yeah.
The other one is the monster girl craze, where you basically you live monster type people. If you like, there's Kobayashi Dragon Maid. There's that interview of monster girls or monster musume and stuff like that. So that's the current craze in anime at the moment. You know, but that's just generally what I got from it. But also the reason I said to be careful with keys, because there are a lot of treasure chests and doors, so you got to be best to go in with like lockpicks and stuff, so you have more than enough stuff to get all the things there. The chapter itself isn't bad; it's just kind of a bit more puzzle oriented, so you do have to think quite a bit.
Gotta use your brain.
Yeah, you can't just put Ryoma in the map and win. This isn't Birthright. Or in Awakening stage, you can't just reach S support and then win.
Yeah, that's true. Once you reach S support.
So I reached S rank support, now what? Now I just win.
Now you just win.
Because you either block everything, or you always double attack. Well, in Livy's case, you get on the first fucking try. I know, but still.
Who's called to use Kitsavera, that's it.
Yeah, Tsundere bitch. That's what I like to call her, at least.
Yeah, I would call her something if I actually bothered to use her, but I don't ever bother.
Oh, she's one of the best child units.
I don't tend to use a lot of the child units, because by then I've raised all my...
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's like introducing a really strong Pokemon into your party. It's like, but I already have these ones. It's like how I was playing Sun and Moon. It's like, I got a Metang. I got a Beldum, but I've already got my party sword. I don't want to switch out. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. That's why I don't use many of the kids in Fates either. I use it less in Fates only because it makes less sense. Awakening, like, I'd usually use Wayne and Cynthia and Morgan, and I use Kiel a lot. Because Kellum didn't really fit the bill as my general, sorry to say. So Kiel did that. Plus she had Ether, so... yeah. These two are like the biggest married couple ever.
The only child unit I use is either Inigo or...
Oh yeah, Inigo's one of the best.
Jerome?
Batman. Yeah, Batman.
Anyone else? I think I used Na once, but then I was like, this wasn't doing well, so I was like, get out. I really wish on my first playthrough I could switch out Robin, because my female Robin was so shit.
Yeah, you got RNG screwed Robin.
I know, I was literally like, okay, sure, just stick with Crom, because you're being rubbish. Because my
really says something where you have to rely on Crom more than Robin.
Because the thing is, Crom was doing really well that file.
So you got RNG
so
blessed?
I literally had to stick with him, otherwise I would just die, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
You're being useless.
You are useless to me.
But then I picked male Robin and it got better.
Next time I play Awakening, I am doing female Robin, but I still need to decide who my husband's going to be. It's either Lonko or Henry.
Who was
Or, actually, might go with Libra.
Who was my wife when I was a man?
Did you A or S support with Sumia? Because you said you got to at least one of those.
I think I'm out of S.
Damn straight you did.
I think S was soon.
And you appreciated her a lot more.
Yeah, I appreciate her. Who's my husband in my first file?
I think Crom was your husband.
Yeah,
because if he just did it, not like you didn't really. Yeah,
I
didn't know about the marriage thing. This is when Crom suddenly randomly married Sully because he had this C support, and I married Suma just because I got to S support. It's like, okay, suddenly you're having kids.
Because I remember on my second file, like I had decided who was gonna be with Crom, and then like. Crom was doing really well in the chapter you got Olivia, so I started dancing with a lot, and then suddenly just married Olivia, and I'm like, but she was there for one chapter.
Yeah, but it also created a running gag. You wouldn't stop singing for the last for 6 months, and it went like this: Hey,
I just met you,
and this is
crazy,
but join my
army
and
have my baby.
Yep,
It's just like
it works, man. It works.
But then to be honest, I wasn't complaining because I actually like the Crom and Olivia's.
Olivia is cute. I guess being Olivia just automatically means you are cute.
And it's funny to see like Inigo and Lucia as brother and sister.
I think Olivia might be. I know Sumia's canon, but there's also evidence that Inigo's canon because I think it's the only one that brings up the brand of the of the kids aside from Lucina. So you know.
It's just funny because like Inigo's so like out there like ha.
Yeah.
And Lucia's just like this is my brother.
It's like what the fuck is this?
Why?
Yeah, But this is Eliwood talking about the festival that goes on and he wants Ninian to come. But Ninian doesn't want to get too close because of the secret she's hiding.
She's going to turn into a dragon!
But bless her soul, you know... You also notice, it only took us one chapter and we've already gone up another support level. I told you, it raises really quickly with these two.
Do you ever see her as a dragon?
Yeah. And I'm not going to say what happens, but you do see her as a dragon. She's one of the coolest looking dragons. She's green-ish.
I thought she'd be blue, because...
Turquoise.
Yeah, okay, because her hair was blue, so I thought she'd be, like, blue.
Yeah, well, her hair's like a turquoise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that odd colour. It's not quite blue, but it ain't quite green either.
It's like a baby turquoise.
Yeah.
Because it's like baby blue and like a very light green.
Yeah. For those wondering, baby blue is a colour. And so is baby, like, pink.
I don't like pink. Pink can go away.
I like purple.
Don't like pink. Especially when you see it every pink.
Hey, it can work. Oh, yeah. When you open the door, they teleport away. But all of these enemies, those ones here, they all have silver weapons. It's not a problem, they just all have silver weapons. See, look, he's got a silver sword, and I have a steel one. But I'm Raven, so... So I love doing that that noise where the unit attacks. Just a chicken. So yeah, they get... And oh, you also get them. Oh, that's cool, yeah. One thing I've also noticed about Blazing Sword, it's not shy about dropping and giving you fancy weapons. So, because when I reach, like, when we get towards, like, chapter 24 plus, I start giving my units the more fancy weapons because I've got a decent amount of them. You don't have to, like, invest in them, you can just get them. And also, I like how Blazing Sword isn't afraid to give the enemies some fancy weapons too. We'll see that a lot in the next chapter, actually. The game's not afraid to give units fancy weapons, and I like that. Because, in my opinion, it helps to give the units more to do. Like, if they give them Lance Reavers or, like, Armor Slayers, you want to be a bit more careful.
Yeah.
You just don't want to charge at them with, like, your typical thingamajig.
Fancy schmancy.
Yeah. Binding Blade was kind of... That's one thing Binding Blade had. They all just kind of had the same weapon. They didn't have any fancy weapons. It was all steel weapons.
Steel's the way to go.
No, not necessarily with Telia series or Fate. Steel is not the way to go. GBA era, Steel is terrible. Steel is terrible in the GBA era. I don't know why though. I think it's because it's had a lot of weight. And they're just not that strong. Silver, now that's the way to go. All until Fate. Then
yeah, I was about to say, I swear it was a Fate where silver weapons aren't that good.
They're not good, even though they have really good damage output and stuff. It's the fact that they debuff you after use. It's like, no.
No, thank you.
That's why most people either they just got an iron or steel weapon and just force the shit out of them. So yeah, the airs return to normal, and you know all is good in the world. Bit of a detour.
They're still under the ground.
Oh, don't worry. Athos is underground.
Who's that?
The Gandalf. Gandalf is underground. Just to make it easier, I'm going to call him Gandalf from now on.
Okay.
Yeah. And look, Ninian's eyes. She's tripping again.
See?
I'm tripping balls. And now they're back to normal.
Oh, they're back.
So she goes from tripping to 3D glasses.
Yeah.
So does that mean Roy has either 3D glasses or tripping balls when he's born?
He's always been tripping balls.
Actually, do you know what Roy's Smash Bros entrance should have been?
What?
Pops out an egg.
Yeah, pops out an egg! That's how
Oh yeah, we're also discussing off screen. Oh yeah, see, he says daughter of, so he's hinting he knows about, you know, her heritage and who she really is.
So wait. So she's the daughter of a dragon and a human, right?
Essentially.
Was the man a human?
Yeah.
So was she born out of an egg?
I don't know.
She probably was. Runs in the family. Born out of an egg. So that technically makes Rory quarter dragon.
Yeah. It's probably why he has the ability to wield the Binding Blade. As well as also he has the ability in Heroes to wield his dad's sword, and his dad doesn't even get it. That's like the biggest cop-out to Eliwood. Poor dude. You know the hero banner?
Yeah.
Roy has a sword to Rundell, which is Eliwood's sword. Eliwood can't get it in the game.
Oh.
That's harsh.
Oh, harsh.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so they talk about the 8 legends. Hanan, their one was Roland. Yeah, thingamajig. You actually see Roland later on. Like the spirit of him.
Oh, he's dead.
Of course he's dead. It was like hundreds of years ago.
Oh, right.
At least nearly 800. Athos lived that long because, you know, typical...
Because he's Gandalf.
Yeah, it's typical mage. I can live for as long as I want, as long as I have magic. But as we were saying, because we decided that all the Fire Emblem males have something wrong about them. Roy came from an egg.
Yes, Roy came from an egg.
Eliwood's a perv.
Eliwood's a perv.
Hector's a paedophile. We don't know about Ephraim yet. We need to look further into that.
Yes.
Ike's a furry because he can get with Ranulph. Crumb's not good enough for Smash.
Yes. That's his problem.
Ryoma's a lobster.
Ryoma's a lobster.
And Xander is Tamaki.
So he's a pretty boy. Xander's a pretty boy.
And if you're wondering, what's wrong with Corin? Everything's wrong with Corin. What about Marth?
Could be a girl if you look hard enough.
No, Marth dresses indecently because of his original outfit. He had a really small tunic in the original outfit. Really small one. You could practically see up his skirt. He dresses indecently. Sigurd. Sigurd.
Who's Sigurd?
Fire Emblem 4. Sigurd is one of those.
What game is that?
Genealogy, Super Nintendo. He forces himself onto people because he meets this one woman, sees her instantly, and like that, I want to marry her. It's like quicker than Disney.
Wow, that was quick. Are you ever gonna play the?
I'm currently playing the SNES one. I haven't beaten it yet, so later on during thing, I will go back to Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, which will pretty much be one. This is one chapter. It's split up into 5 parts. The chapters like fucking. They're giant. They're basically the chapters in Genealogy. They have multiple objectives, but essentially 3 chapters per chapter. Essentially.
I get it.
There's only 10 in the game, but it's just as long as every other Fire Emblem game. And Athos is just like, yes, this is going to be a very difficult mission, and this isn't going to end. This might not end well.
You're gonna die, bitch.
No, Hector's gonna die. No, really clever actually. When you do Hector hard mode and you go to collect the thing, they actually say, Hector, you will die in battle because of the whole Zephyr ordeal. And he accepts, like, it doesn't matter, I need to say thingamajig, it doesn't matter if I'm gonna die. There's quite a few nice hints towards Binding Blade. Let me tell you what you must do. Face to black. Look. Have you understood all you heard? No, you just faded to black.
No.
You didn't say anything.
The area just went black. What's going on?
It's like, we faded to black and now we're back. You didn't say anything. Do you know? It's like, excellent. You know exactly what I have to do. I don't.
No, I don't. You faded to black.
Yeah, Pent and Louise are going to join the thing. To be fair, Pent and Louise do a bit in the story because they're a very high authority and like noble lineage. So they get us into like other kingdoms.
Yeah.
Because they're basic.
Are you going to use any of both of them or?
I use them in the chapter they're in, but I'm not using them for this one. I'm saving them for Hector hard mode.
Okay.
They're also interesting units. They come in with A supports, both together because they're married.
Yeah, because they're married. Yeah.
Yeah. One's Louise is an archer, Pent's a sage.
That'd be cool if in like the new Fate series you had
Fate series.
The Awakening and Fate. You actually had like a couple who come in.
But they're already S supported.
They're already S supported. It would be so funny if like the woman or like the man in that was like one of the best in the game and everyone wanted to be a waifu. But
you can't. Robin will find a way. He always finds a way. Swear to God, man. No, Robin will always find a way to put his dick into anyone. Like, watch how if, say, Robin was available for, like, they did a special DLC thing with Robin for Echoes. Suddenly, Robin could support characters as Echoes, like, but no one can support Echoes. I can.
I can.
Or, like, what if, like, they did that for every Fire Emblem game? Like, they did Tellius remake, Robin makes a cameo, yeah, he can support now. It's like, but Tellius never had support. Does now.
Yeah, well, I say this now.
No matter where Robin goes, his dick will find its way into someone. Actually, you know what would be so fucking funny?
What?
In Radiant Dawn, you can use the Black Knight for a small amount of turns.
Yeah.
What if you downloaded the DLC and you got Robin and the Black Knight to S support? And then he got sex with the Black Knight. I'd burst out laughing.
The game would actually just corrupt it.
No, but you give birth to a Morgan who has the powers of the Black Knight.
Does it still come out of an egg?
No, this is Morgan, this is not Roy.
I'm pretty sure that is it Zephyr? The Black Knight? Is that his name?
Zelgius. Zelgius is a brander, but he's not a
I'm pretty sure he can lay an egg. I'm pretty sure.
He can do pretty much anything. Oh yeah, we got Aethys drops. They're an interesting item. What they do is they increase everyone's growth rates by 5%. So if you had 45, now you have 50. So what you do is you give it to a unit, and as they grow, they get stronger. Usually I give it to my lords to make them become stronger. However, not this playthrough because one, they're already getting really good RNG bursts, and I don't want to break the game, because if I gave that to Lynn, she would like cap everything and destroy the game. Instead, I give them to Raven. Because Raven, not only is he really strong starting out, but he's got still, like, he's not even promoted yet. He's got a lot of, he can really grow throughout this playthrough. If I increase his growth rates, he could be really strong. And, that's what I do. And Aphos is transporting us back to Eliwood's mum. One of the few Fire Emblem mums who actually see more than once.
Oh, going to see her mum. His mum.
Yeah, for like this is like the second time. It's like the fact that you're not dead and have said more than 2 lines of dialogue astounds me. So this is why Blazing Sword is the best game.
Does she not die in this game?
No, she doesn't die.
Oh, wow. Is his dad dead, though?
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, his dad died.
LOL.
But she understands that. She got sent a letter. She knows she can't fight. She just tries to help out her son best she can.
Yeah.
Like any good mother should. I mean, she doesn't die like Makoto does.
She looks like...
She has purple hair.
Makoto?
Queen Makoto.
From what?
From Fates.
Oh my god, her name's Makoto?
Yeah.
Glory from Street Fighter, why didn't I recognize
Makoto's a
that
common
person?
Japanese name.
Yeah, no. But I was like, why didn't I recognize that?
It's the same as Sakura. Sakura's a very common Japanese name.
Yeah, but Makoto, I thought I would have recognised that at least, but I didn't. Actually, thinking of her, she actually looks like Rose from Street Fighter.
She even has like the thing. Does that mean does that mean does that mean Eliwood's dad, great granddad, was Bison?
No, Bison loves himself too much.
Yeah. Does that mean if we got her as a unit, she'd be a mage and she'd have like Soul Spark?
Yes, like a proper power.
No, she has a skill where she can reflect magical attacks.
Imagine if there was a character in Fire Emblem who could do that.
Technically, Nyx has Counter Curse, where if you attack her, and there is a skill called Counter Magic, where if you get attacked, you deal half the damage back as a counter attack. So, there technically is one, but it's not a straight reflect.
Yeah, like...
That'd be awesome if you had a class where if you used an item where on that turn, so if anyone attacked you for one turn, for one attack, you shoot it right back at them.
That's cool.
So imagine they're critical with Arc Thunder, and he just shoots it right back.
It only works with mages because you can't reflect a spear coming at you. You can't reflect that.
What if you had a slingshot? You just grab. What if? So you had this awesome thing where throw a spear. The guy grabs the spear, just throws it back. Imagine Gilliam. Someone throws a spear at Gilliam, he just catches the spear.
Turns it back.
No. Or someone tries to shoot Takumi. Takumi grabs the arrow. No.
Yeah, no.
So that was the end of Genesis. Okay, so now with the goal set in mind and we've met Athos, we head out for the rest of our journey. And when we next come back, we're gonna encounter the Black Fang for the one of the members of the Black Fang, and shit's starting to get real. But until then, thank you for joining me, Olivia, once again.
Cool.
And we'll see you all next time.
Bye.